If you watched my first video, you're probably still wondering if Semi will be a commercial success, like Model Y, or a commercial flop, like Cybertruck. Watch to the end of this video to find out. This is the second video in my series on the Tesla Semi. If you missed the first one, please make sure to watch that one first, since this video will build off of that one. The link is in the description. In this video, I will review the key success factors for the Tesla Semi. I'll perform a head-to-head cost comparison with diesel semi-trucks, and discuss Tesla Semi's EV semi-competition, if you want to call it that. And finally, discuss how Tesla Semi will impact the business in 2026 and 2027. Let's dive right in. As previously discussed, the key success factor to Tesla Semi's success will ultimately come down to economics. Tesla Semi, like Megapack, is a business-to-business product. As such, Tesla needs to clearly articulate the commercial value proposition and position itself as a commercial partner in the transaction. In short, Tesla Semi customers must feel that Tesla is invested in their success, and Tesla must be prepared to offer a complete ecosystem to facilitate and support the sale, including customized pre-sale consultation and post-sale service. Fortunately for Tesla, they happen to be experts in customer centricity, even when the customer is another corporation, as evidenced by Tesla's success with Megapack over the years. Taking Megapack as an example, Tesla offers a customized consultation with the customer, handling the system's design, installation, and commissioning. Tesla has designed the software to facilitate energy trading, arbitrage, and revenue optimization. And finally, Tesla manages the after-sale service and maintenance, completely end-to-end. Megablock, Tesla's upcoming innovation in battery energy storage, serves as our latest example of Tesla's excellence at design to market. Design to market is a process that involves several steps that transform a product concept into a market-ready product. This process includes understanding the target market, conducting market research, defining the target audience, and conducting competitive analysis. The goal is to create a product that effectively addresses the identified need or problem in the market, ultimately leading to a successful launch. And this process is exactly what Tesla has done for Tesla Semi, facilitated greatly by the Semi Pilot program, which has seen Tesla utilize the Semi for its own internal purposes, as well as with external customers, such as PepsiCo. What better way is there to understand the target market and conduct market research than to literally live and breathe in the market for several years? Charging infrastructure will be an important key success factor for the Tesla Semi business, and Tesla plays a key role at helping the customer determine their charging needs, installing and maintaining the necessary electrical equipment and megachargers at the customer's facilities. As Dan Priestley explained at his keynote presentation at the ACT Expo in May 2025, Tesla is committed to providing a charging solution for every Tesla Semi that will be built. Those solutions will include either private charging solutions at customer facilities, an integrated overnight charging solution, which Dan says is currently in development, and a dedicated public megacharger network. Tesla is already in the process of building 46 public megacharger sites across the southern United States. These megacharger sites will be Tesla-owned and operated, similar to the consumer vehicle supercharger network, and represent over 300 megawatt-capable posts. The network focuses on major freight corridors and industrial hubs to enable long-haul operations without relying solely on private or overnight depot charging. While charging, service, and support are essential, the true driver of the Tesla Semi adoption must be economics. Starting at $280,000 for the 300-mile variant and $343,000 for the 500-mile variant, the Tesla Semi would carry a much higher upfront price tag than your average new diesel truck sold, which is around $170,000. Advantage: diesel Semi. Where electric semi-trucks truly shine, however, is in significantly lower annual fuel costs and annual maintenance costs, which, over the course of the vehicle's usable life, bring the total cost of ownership of an electric semi-truck lower than diesel. Let's review some assumptions so that we can visualize these numbers, starting with fuel. Tesla Semi has a power consumption of 1.7 kilowatt hours per mile. Assuming a 20 cents per kilowatt hour average charging rate, and that Tesla Semi will drive 1 million miles over the course of its lifetime, Tesla Semi electricity costs equal $340,000 in total. If we compare with a comparable diesel truck traveling the same 1 million miles with a consumption rate of 7 miles per gallon and fuel costs averaging $3.80 per gallon, Fuel costs equals around $543,000 in total. Advantage, Tesla Semi. Next, consider maintenance cost. If I exclude maintenance costs common to both vehicle types, like tires, I calculate that average annual maintenance costs for Tesla Semi are approximately $7,500 per year, while the average for the diesel Semi is approximately $15,000 per year. If we project this over the vehicle's usable life, we reach total costs of $90,000 for Tesla Semi and $180,000 for the diesel Semi. Advantage, Tesla Semi. In total, these figures suggest that Tesla Semi will cost approximately 20% less than its diesel counterpart over the vehicle's usable life, with the 500-mile range Tesla Semi holding a minor advantage over the 300-mile range Tesla Semi. But there is a twist. We also need to consider charging infrastructure costs. Recall that from part 1 of this video series, Ryder asked for about $3 million to build the necessary infrastructure and megachargers to operate 18 Tesla Semi vehicles. This equals to about $167,000 per vehicle. Assuming that this capital equipment has a useful life of 12 years, and that Tesla's customers fund these chargers without any public subsidies or grants, this would add approximately $14,000 to the annual operating costs of each Tesla Semi vehicle. When we add this infrastructure expense to the Tesla Semi overall cost profile, it significantly narrows the gap with diesel and makes the business case for electric semi-trucks a lot less compelling. This suggests that early in the product's life cycle, Tesla Semi and other electric semi-trucks will probably depend quite heavily on state incentives to bring the upfront investment required down. Fortunately for Tesla, there are a large number of states looking to drive electric semi-truck adoption. Here is a list of state incentives. State incentives, while helpful, will not be what makes Tesla Semi a commercial success. For those of you who follow Tesla closely, you know the playbook by now. For those of you who don't, allow me to summarize. 1. Launch a disruptive product at a high enough price to sell through early production capacity, taking advantage of any government incentives along the way. 2. Increase production and drive savings through economies of scale. 3. Drive additional cost savings through enhanced productivity, supply chain management, and agile/iterative product optimization. And 4. Pass these savings on to the customer, which unlocks further demand in the market, which enables higher production, which drives more savings. This cycle repeats until Tesla reaches equilibrium in the market at a satisfactory production rate and gross margin. We have seen this process repeated over and over again, starting with the Model S. Here's a chart showing Tesla average selling price and average production cost over time. As you can see, Tesla's playbook is one that drives down both price and costs to capture market share, and Semi will be no different. We should absolutely expect Tesla to continue driving down the cost of both the truck and charging infrastructure over time. On the charging side, Dan Priestley explained that Tesla Megacharger is being updated to align with the consumer version. Both versions use the same parts, with the only major differences being the cable and the connector. What's more, because Tesla Megacharger will be ubiquitous with the consumer product, Tesla can leverage the scale and volume from the consumer business to reduce costs and maintain these megachargers. Given that Tesla Semi is a business-to-business product that is very cost-driven, I don't think Tesla ever needs to be at price parity with traditional diesel semi-trucks to completely dominate. But they definitely need to close the gap so as not to depend on public subsidies for the medium to long term. Now, the big X factor here is obviously Tesla's full self-driving software. This may still be a few years away for the Tesla Semi product, but if and when Tesla can remove the driver, this will drive annual cost savings of between $70,000 and $100,000, immediately rendering all non-Tesla semi-trucks obsolete overnight, and greatly increasing the value of the Tesla Semi product. Now that I have covered how Tesla Semi competes with diesel trucks, let's review the BEV Semi competition. The first few electric trucks that have come to market in North America are manufactured by the legacy players, being Freightliner, Volvo, Kenworth, and Peterbilt. And here, like the consumer world, we still see the classic innovator's dilemma playing out in real time. These legacy trucks are either very expensive, have very poor range, or both. Almost like these legacy truck manufacturers don't really want to sell them. Does that sound familiar? Not to mention, without the necessary public charging infrastructure which Tesla will soon build. It has been difficult for these trucks to sell in any meaningful numbers. On that note, I do expect Tesla to open up their public megacharger sites to non-Tesla semi-trucks, as they have chosen to do with their supercharger network. In short, Tesla Semi does not appear to have any legitimate competition from legacy big rig. There is one product, however, that does look quite promising: the Windrose R700, manufactured by a startup company called Windrose Technology. We don't have all the information on this truck yet, but here's what we do know per the company's public disclosures. It will offer a version of the truck that will travel up to 418 miles, and it will start at $250,000 US. They have a unique business model using Chinese manufactured parts and batteries, with plans to assemble them in assembly plants in both the United States and Europe. Being a startup, there are a lot of unknowns. And as Elon loves to say, reaching positive gross margin when manufacturing a vehicle is hell. But if they can somehow avoid punitive tariffs for their Chinese parts and get this product to market, they could become an interesting player in the future. Given that Tesla has been building Semi on a pilot production line for quite some time, there should be learnings here that help production scale rapidly at the new Nevada factory. However, I prefer to take a conservative approach and assume that the ramp will happen progressively over a 3-year period. We know that Tesla's factory will enable production of up to 50,000 units per year. I think Tesla will close 2026 reaching an average production rate of about 40 semi-trucks per day in Q4, which would mean approximately 30% of the maximum production rate, and continue to ramp towards 60% of maximum production rate in Q4 of 2027. Working backwards from that target, I expect Tesla to build and sell approximately 6,800 and 22,000 Tesla semis in 2026 and 2027, respectively. If we apply an average selling price of $315,750 in 2026, assuming that Tesla's IRA credit applies to half of the semis it sells in that year, and a 75 to 25% split between the 300-mile range and the 500-mile range version of the truck, this would mean Semi would generate $2 billion and $6.5 billion in revenue in 2026 and 2027, respectively. As far as margin goes, Tesla Semi benefits from shared parts with the consumer vehicle business, helping drive unit costs lower. My expectation is that Tesla achieves positive gross margin by Q3 of 2026, and that this margin will grow to mid-single digits by Q4, before dropping back down to low single digits again in Q1 and Q2 of 2027, following a price cut, and closing the year in the low teens when production has increased later in 2027. In this scenario, Tesla Semi will contribute $22 million and $500 million in gross profit to the business in 2026 and 2027, respectively, which is not super material to Tesla's overall business, but these numbers will only grow with time as Tesla continues to increase production, reduce costs, and increase profitability. This is a base case forecast assuming no changes to the status of FSD. If FSD for Semi comes to fruition, these numbers are all far too low. In conclusion, Tesla Semi seems poised to make a big splash in the North American semi-truck market, and I fully expect Tesla to expand Semi to every other continent in the years to come. Business aside, every living creature that lives and breathes on Earth will benefit from Tesla Semi. While diesel semi-trucks only represent 5% of the vehicles on the road, they contribute 25% of total transportation CO2 and greenhouse gas emissions. Good riddance. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Your support will help me create more videos like this in the future. As always, you can find me on X at TSLAFANMTL or TeslaFan Montreal. Until next time, thank you.